Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today we are going to look at Cad Bane and his rework. Now this is the rework that a lot of people have been excited for. This is the rework that a lot of people have been waiting for. And what I want to do in this video is really answer the question, or ask the question, does this rework go far enough? Now, there's a lot of pluses to the rework. It looks really good on paper, but is it as effective as it could be? Is it effective, and does the rework go far enough? So let's just jump right into it and look at his kit. Now, as normal, everything that's highlighted in green is the stuff that's changed. He's a bounty hunter, scoundrel support, he's a dark side. None of that's changed. Like, they haven't changed his name or anything like that, but they have added every single, a little bit on each individual ability. Plus they've really completely revamped his leadership ability, and they've given him a payout. His first ability, his basic ability, is called Gunslinger. It deals physical damage to target enemy with a 65% chance to attack again. That has always been the same. That's additionally what they've added is inflict accuracy down on target enemy for 2 turns. Cad Bane gains 15% turn meter for each critical hit. Now, when you have Cad Bane helping people, pulling people, and assisting people, he's going to attack often, and it's really going to allow his turn meter to build. But he's only gaining 15% per turn. If, for whatever reason, he's able to assist every single ally, then by the time, like, he'll go up really quickly. However, he's not going to do that. He's not going to be able to assist every ally every turn, at least in the team builds that I was using. I do think this is a great increase to his basic. It doesn't change anything, so if you have Cad Bane Omega'd, then this is wonderful. This is great for you because this is already there for you. You don't have to add a new Omega because it's already leveled out. But again, not every character's basic ability has to be phenomenal. His first special ability is called Stun Gun. It is a 3-turn cooldown. It deals physical damage to target enemy, then dispels all buffs on them and stuns them for 1 turn. In addition, it removes 50% turn meter, doubled against Jedi enemies. If this target is debuffed, which on a bounty hunter team, that's likely, remove 25% of their max protection, stacking. This attack can't be evaded. So it's nice that it can't be evaded. You're going to be able to stun people. You're going to be able to do a lot of turn meter reduction against Jedi teams. It's got a great dispel on it. This is going to be a very effective tool against, you know, people who have a lot of turn meter or a lot of buff giving. So Grandmaster Yoda, it's going to be effective when played not on auto. Just going to throw that caveat out right there. Now, his first unique, his really only unique, it's called For the Right Price. His final text reads, Cad Bane has a plus 30% critical chance and plus 30% critical damage. When Cad Bane inflicts a debuff, he recovers 5% max health and 5% max protection. When Cad Bane scores a critical hit, he has a 50% chance to reduce his cooldowns by 1. Now, what does that mean? That means every time he helps, every time he goes out of turn, every time that he is called to an assist, he has a 50% chance, if he scores a critical hit, which you're going to want to make sure that he's got some heavy crit chance on him, he's going to reduce his cooldowns, which means he's going to reduce that cooldown of Stun Gun by 1 each time, right? So potentially he can reduce the Stun Gun ability twice if he is called to assist, which is great, right? Which allows you as a player to really manipulate the battle, right? Really manipulate the other team and how they go, how they attack, everything, right? But that's his only unique, right? Again, it's Omega'd. There is no Zeta for Cad Bane. That is very important and very interesting. I think that's both one of the things that makes this rework work and is also one of the disappointing things about this rework. There is no Zadeable ability. Now, his leadership ability is called reads Cad Bane at your service. Bounty Hunter allies have a 100% potency and gain advantage for 2 turns when they inflict a debuff. When Cad Bane is in the leader spot, the contract becomes active. The contract for Cad Bane is inflict 20 debuffs. Just across the board, 20 debuffs. Not difficult when you consider 100% potency and half the bounty hunters throw out, grenades. Not bad at all, right? And so you're going to be stacking that pretty quickly. Again, you need to be in control of this. The AI, as I was playing it, just doesn't do this character justice. I don't think that it does. So this is one of those abilities. This is one of those characters that, yeah, you're going to want to make sure that you're in control of him. Obviously, that's like, of course, that's the dumbest thing. Sometimes we get in a rush and we're like, oh yeah, I'll throw Cad Bane in and he's fine. No, Cad Bane will not do well on auto. Keep that in mind. Now, for him, this reward, or his reward, all enemies have minus 50% tenacity for the rest of the battle. All bounty hunter allies have their payouts. Now, Cad Bane's payout reads as follows. Cad Bane is a 25% plus 25% evasion. Inflict thermal detonator for 2 turns on attacking enemies when Cad Bane evades, which cannot be evaded. So think about that. Think about how you're going to be throwing thermal detonators often on characters. You just gotta have to make sure that his evasion is up. The silver lining to this kit is that all of these abilities are omega'd. So if you have Cad Bane completely omega'd, when the rework hits, you're sitting pretty. You're golden. You have got to do nothing to make sure that his abilities are maximum. You don't have to Zeta anything. You don't have to spend 2 weeks grinding out the Zetas to get a Zeta for Cad Bane. Now, again, a Zeta for Cad Bane could have gone a really long way. It could have been really, really effective. I think a second unique ability for Cad Bane also could have been very effective. Something that targeted Jedis, or maybe like named characters or people from the Galactic Republic. I don't know. There could have been a lot for Cad Bane to be able to really make him great, specifically against certain teams. Now, looking at Cad Bane, as far as the mods go, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a lot of crit damage and crit chance. Those are the sets you want. You want to make sure that you have a speed arrow, because Cad Bane's not great. He's pretty slow. You want to make sure that he has a critical damage triangle and a potency cross, right? Those 3 things are the things that you want to make sure that you have. The rest are important, right? Cad Bane potency is important. You're going to have to find that mix where he's fast, but he's not too fast at the cost of critical damage or potency, right? I had some serious god mods on him when I was playing this, but still there were a number of different areas where I really struggled to get him in. Now, as always, I like to test my characters out. I like to test all new characters out against the Rancor. It's a lot of fun. I love doing it. I think it's awesome. It's one of those things that, like, everyone knows what makes the Rancor effective. They know how to dominate the Rancor. It's just something, even new players, it's something very simple to grasp or to learn the mechanics, but only a little bit. Once they've learned it, it's very simple, very simple. Now, the funny thing is, Cad Bane, he does hit really hard. But one of the funny things about this is there's kind of a tweak. There's a bug in the Rancor that, and you'll see it here in a minute, but it doesn't allow the bounty hunters to actually be as effective as they possibly can be. Mostly because of Bosk. Bosk, I don't know if, like, he sees the Rancor and just doesn't want to shoot it because he thinks it's pretty. I have no idea. But Bosk, during phases 2 and 3 of the Rancor, instead of shooting and targeting the Rancor, he targets the door drop. Even when it's not a legal target to shoot or to choose, he still targets the door drop. Now, again, this is all on auto, but it's still, it's frustrating. So if you've ever wondered why Bosk dies or how Bosk dies, he's eaten by a Rancor. Money, I'd put money on it, but Bosk is eaten by a Rancor. Not real money. I don't know, maybe like currency, ally tokens. I don't know. But with that, like it's one of those things that Cad Bane is effective. He does hit pretty hard, but his hard hitting isn't the 80,000, isn't the 50,000. He does double tap for about 50,000 when he crits both of them, but he has to crit both of them for it to even be functional. And so I don't know, like it's not super effective. They weren't able to actually solo the Rancor. Now I know you guys are like, oh, of course, Thaddeus, they're not able to solo the Rancor because only Cad Bane does the turn meter reduction, and you know you need turn meter reduction for to solo the Rancor. I postulate, I will argue to the death, not to the death, but I will argue that with the bounty hunters, the current bounty hunters, that is not the case. They are powerful enough that you can clear all levels of it. Once that bug is fixed, you will be able to clear all levels of the Rancor raid without having to do turn meter reduction, without needing turn meter reduction. It is not an essential mechanic for the Rancor raid. Moving on, I tried him out in a number of other areas. I tried him against the heroic tank. I tried him in phase 1 and he just did not do well. Now, I also tried him in the Sith Triumvirate raid. I tried him in phase 1 and phase 2. He did a lot better, I think, in phase 2 than he did in phase 1. And I think part of it is what I was trying to do in phase 1. I was trying to use his stun gun to knock off that 25% protection, right? And if you do that, right, it's 25% right off the bat. It's removed. Darth Nihilus can't gain it back. It's just not enough. And maybe I couldn't get it to work. Maybe you can get it to work, but I just couldn't do it. Cad Bane did not survive long enough for him to be able to make that much of a difference. And it was kind of disappointing because I thought for all purposes, I thought Cad Bane would be great against Nihilus. That turn meter removal would be super effective. It wasn't. It might be the way that I had him modded, but he just kept dying. No matter how many times I reworked it or restarted, I could not get this bounty hunter team to work. Now, I am using an Imbo lead, Bosk, Dengar, Greedo, and Cad. Now, Greedo is like my boyfriend now. I love that guy. He is my favorite character right now. I'm one of my favorite bounty hunters right now. I'm loving him. I love his rework. It is phenomenal. It can do a ton of damage. And maybe I'm looking at Greedo's rework and thinking, hey, Cad Bane should be that, and I'm just missing out. I don't know. Again, silver lining, if you have him Omega'd, you're good to go. But this has been looking at phase 1 of this STR. Phase 2 was a little more, I don't know, hit and miss. I was able to get it. I was able to get about 1 million in damage, which not bad. But again, this team has the potential to do a lot more. I really do believe that I'm probably not using Cad Bane as he's intended. I'm hoping that's the case. But at the same time, seeing what I'm going up against is definitely I don't know. The thing with Cad Bane, though, especially in phase 2, you do have to switch mechanics. Definitely want to go with his basic ability. I think maybe having a leader who gives characters some kind of bonus on a basic, and then also calls in other allies as a basic, is going to be very effective for Cad Bane. I just don't think that he's going to be great in the STR. I think he's going to be okay. And I think that he's going to be mostly okay because people probably already have him farmed pretty high, and they probably already have him 7-star, and they probably already have him gear 9, 10, or 11. I think he's going to be one of those characters that people will use as fodder. I just don't see him being a character that is completely loved as much as he should. And I can definitely see how there are going to be some diehard fans out there who are like, no, this guy, I'm so mad, so angry. But then there's also going to be the opposite. They're like, no, he's fine. I'm really stuck in the middle here with him because I feel like I'm not using him to his fullest potential, while at the same time, I'm worried that I am. And that is what's scary. Now, moving on to the arena, I tried him against a number of different teams. I tried him on offense. I tried him on defense. And he's going to be effective against certain groups. I think there's a lot of potential for this character in not necessarily PvP. I don't think that he's going to be a solid character in PvP. I don't see this group of bounty hunters being super effective on a wall during the territory wars. I do see this as one of those teams that you're going to be able to use to kind of whittle down teams and group on offense. He is going to be a character that I think that is going to help you with the right makeup. He's going to be able to help you to control the fight, control effectively how the fight is going to go. I think that's going to happen. I lost against the bounty hunter team, against my own bounty hunter team. I won against, or the defense won against the Phoenix team, which not necessarily surprising. They did pretty well actually against the Phoenix team. They got slaughtered with the Sith team. This is one of the Treya team with Nihilus, Scion, Palps, and the Trooper. This they didn't even stand a chance. This was kind of ridiculous. I wanted to put them up against the Ewoks, but I thought if they lost against the Ewoks, that would just lose all credibility for a number of you players. I do think it's possible that there are teams out there that this is going to be a great team against. This was very effective against the Imperial Troopers. It wasn't as effective against the Jedis as I kind of thought it would be. Cad Bane with this team of bounty hunters isn't a great Jedi hunter. Now it's possible, as I've said before, he could just be one of those lone wolves who does better not within his faction than he does in his faction. And I think that's very, very, very possible. But I just wasn't able to find a good team that allowed him to flourish. It was kind of sad. I tried him against the Bastila, current Bastila meta. I tried him against the old Qui-Gon meta. And I even threw in old Blue Tails McGee. I forget her name. The chick who's wearing the bra and fighting. But yeah, I threw her in thinking, hey, you know, she's not a great Jedi, and I mean, she's good in the right team. And apparently this was the right team because bounty hunters just didn't do great. I do think there's potential here, and I do think that there's something that I am missing. I'm just not entirely sure what it is. If you were able to see something in the footage that I just missed, please leave a comment in the section below, because there are times that I miss stuff. I mean, it just happens, right? If you're playing with Cad Bane and you find something, let me know. Send a shout out in Discord. Follow me on Twitter and, you know, tweet me, right? Join the conversation. This is one of those things that I really think there's potential for him. His kit seems solid. It's not the kit we wanted. It's not the kit I wanted. It's not the rework that I wanted. It's the rework we got. And the question is, does it go far enough? Personally, I don't think that it does. I don't think that this kit does Cad Bane justice. Now, I will say the last thing that I want to say is, with Cad Bane's rework, we are left with one bounty hunter that has not had a rework since launch, and that is Zam Wessel. Now, I don't know if Zam and Cad work together. I don't care. What I care about is if and when we get a Zam Wessel rework. I mean, let's face it, she's the last one. It's likely that we'll get something eventually. Maybe months from now, maybe years from now, who knows? it's possible that a Zam Wessel rework could bring Cad to a level that is phenomenal. There's a reason why the devs left Cad or let Cad be the way that he is. Is that reason that a Zam Wessel rework's coming and there's thermal detonators with Cad, there's thermal detonators with Zam? Is it what we're seeing? Is that the thing that I'm missing? Will a Zam Wessel rework make Cad Bane great again? I don't know. Fingers crossed that it will. What do you guys think of the rework? What do you guys think of the latest tunes that are being introduced? Leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think. I, again, have misgivings. I have mixed feelings about this. I really want Cad to be great, and I think they may have missed the mark on this one. Again, time will tell. Teams will come, teams will go, and all of a sudden, Cad could be the next meta. I'm not counting on it. I do think there's a place for him. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, stay nerdy.